Tonight, how about this? Congressman Joe Sestak has surged ahead of Senator Arlen Specter in the Democratic state primary in Pennsylvania. Joe Sestak now ahead by 5 points, 47-42. And President Obama's nomination of Elena Kagan to the Supreme Court throws a new twist into this race. Senator Specter voted against confirming Kagan as Solicitor General last year while he was still a Republican. 6 weeks after the vote, he switched sides, and now he's the only Senate Democrat to have opposed Kagan. Joining me now is Bob Shrum, Democratic strategist and professor at New York University. Interesting political winds are blowing in Pennsylvania. Bob, what do you make? Is this going to be a real talking point for Sestak, and what do you make of his revival? Heck, he was down by more than 25 points at one time.
Well, he was smart. He waited till near the end. He had fewer resources than Specter, and he invested them at the time when they counted most. Look, we know why Specter voted against Elena Kagan the first time for Solicitor General. He was desperately trying to survive in the Republican Party. Now, he can't go out and say that. So what he said today is there are two different jobs. Obviously, he has an open mind about her as a Supreme Court justice. I don't have much doubt that he'll vote for her. What's happened here is that Sestak has successfully turned Specter back into a Republican. Specter thought his biggest asset was that he had Barack Obama campaigning for him. But what Sestak has done is put an ad on the air showing George Bush saying really nice things about Arlen Specter, ending up with a shot of Arlen Specter standing with Sarah Palin. That's hurt him.
Well,
all of that's. Go ahead.
You've got the Democratic establishment, the president, the vice president. Ed Rendell, governor of Pennsylvania, told us on this program months ago that Joe Sestak would get killed if he decided to go against Arlen Specter. I mean, just grassroots hard working makes a difference, and people right now, it seems to be, are ready for change. So, and Bush, of course, is good copy if you want to put somebody in a bad place.
Yeah, and Ed Rendell should have understood, and probably did actually, when he was on the program, that running with the endorsement of the whole Democratic establishment in Pennsylvania doesn't guarantee a victory, because he got nominated for governor when he didn't have that endorsement. All of that said, and after everything I've said, look, the Democratic Party does have to welcome converts. We do have to recognize that without Arlen Specter, the stimulus might not have passed, health care probably wouldn't have passed, and I don't think going out and going after people who come over to our side is a good idea. Specter himself has created some of his problems, first by standing up saying, well, I switched parties because it was the way to get reelected. And secondly, I think by launching an ill-advised attack, which I don't compare to swift boating, by the way, on Sestak's service, not his bravery, not his character, but his temperament when he was in the naval chain of command. I think it's a dumb ad because a lot of Democrats think it does resonate with swift boating, and I think have reacted against it.
Bob Shrum, always great insight. Appreciate your time tonight.
Thank you.
A couple of final pages in my